Bees.
I made her watch Jupiter Ascending.
We're talking about it and we're drinking some green tea.
Made by bees.
Bees!
Bees!
Oh my god.
What is a space dog and how do I get one?
Yeah.
Questions.
We have questions. We love this movie.
I feel like yeah, that was my face the entire time watching that movie. Yeah. Is this happening?
Did you see what I saw? And then there was that
real.
fantastic quote from one of the reviews I saw on Tumblr that was like, is this what straight men feel when they go to the movies? Because it's awesome.
Maybe. Maybe that's why they're so protective. I wouldn't give up this feeling for the world.
No. like more.
So we're gonna try and figure out what exactly about the movie.
What is this feeling
made
inside?
us feel this way, and made some people, or a lot of people even, very much not feel this
they
way.
were mad on top of it.
Mad and like very dismissive of the movie.
Condescending.
Even people who really
Bees.
loved it.
Bees!
This is
Bees.
What?
Not bees. Bees!
This is even people who really loved it would say it's a terrible movie.
No.
Like, I loved it, but it's a terrible movie.
It's not. It's not a
terrible
movie.
movie.
No.
Why is
if
it
you
anyone-
enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy,
If you
it's
enjoyed
insane.
Labyrinth,
Way more serious too than something like The Fifth Element. Not that wacky.
No.
It's not in that space.
the central message of Jupiter Ascending is anti-patriarchy, anti-capitalism.
anti-aristocracy.
Yeah,
The
anti-space.
princess is cleaning toilets.
This isn't a camp message.
No.
It's delivered in a camp way, in as much as, like, you could say
It's not
Alexander
rolling
McQueen
camp,
is
though.
camp.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like, it's not,
it is a,
yeah.
oh god.
That is
yes,
perfect.
that's on point.
Yeah.
I felt like I did my whole wedding wrong after watching that movie. Like, I was just like, I failed. I didn't float through the sky while AI bots watch me with red
eye makeup.
and a
then-
red flowing, like, blood-stained white dress. Like, I regret everything.
and really the only difference between, like, say, a Fifth Element or a Brazil or a Labyrinth even is that
the internal structure
experiences
of
the experiences of a woman are prioritized.
And you have a woman behind the camera. You have a woman directing. Like, it's a co-directing, but you have a woman behind the camera.
behind the story.
Behind the story.
There's so many small ways in which that plays out. The beginning, a man goes into the refrigerator.
That to me is fairy tale. Watching this was watching a space fairy tale.
Yeah.
And I feel like people who got weirded out by the movie, their brain didn't latch on to the fact that they were starting to watch a fairy tale. I think they thought they were watching this, like, chosen one film.
Really nothing was asked of Jupiter.
No.
In the end, which
No.
a chosen one is chosen for a reason to do a thing.
She just,
And
she is a
was-
princess. She's just a secret princess.
Yeah.
She finds out she's a princess and she has to figure out how to assume that power and still be true to herself.
Yeah.
And every single piece of the puzzle, be they a human, be they a hybrid, be they bees, are just there to direct her to her royalness and to get, they just literally take her to where she needs to go, which is how fairy tales work. It's just, let me get the princess from point A to point B and point B to point C and then back to point A, and how has she changed from all of these points?
And everyone who decides that it's their job to help her and protect her and guide her does so for her, like for her well-being, and not because of she has a greater purpose that needs to be. They're not saving the princess because she's supposed to save the universe.
Yeah.
She just decides that the world needs saving and she can do it, and so she's
It's the one thing she can do. It's also a fun, like, fish out of water.
Oh
so,
my
like,
gosh,
rather than
yes.
Thor on Earth where he's, like, smashing coffee cups, instead you have this earthling in the middle of a space odyssey, like a space bureaucracy, a space aristocracy, like all of these things that she's never known existing, having to cope. And of course she needs help.
She can't fly and someone else can, and so therefore when she falls off a building, she has to get caught.
That's no more than, like Old Yeller saving the day.
Yeah. The whole way.
He's Toto, you
Lassie.
guys. No, it's Toto. She's Dorothy and he's Toto, and they ended up getting to fall in love, and that's just
The whole way, she's just trying to get more information. Like, each Abrasic sibling that she meets, she's just trying to get what their worldview is and as much information from them as
I
possible.
think it's so fun that she's someone who believes what someone tells her. Like, as much as she thinks she's this jaded, cynical person, she wants to believe the best in people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes her heroic. is that she doesn't want to believe the horrible thing about someone. And I think that's the way a lot of princesses in narrative operate, is that they want to believe the best in someone, and their continued believing the best means the world rises to them rather than she sinks into the mire of the world.
She's a citizen of Earth.
She is. She's a citizen.
She was
born
born to
in
no
international
country.
waters.
That's why she gets to be the princess.
So often we get
Jupiter's
space
ending.
that is either a military or a paramilitary organization, and so it's so refreshing to see, instead of that structure at play, a bureaucratic aristocracy.
Medieval sci-fi. I don't think you get that element of like medievalism and science fiction together.
It's
a beautiful consumerist
Yeah,
sci-fi,
yeah,
like a
very
sumptuous luxury
Very
consumerist
capitalist focus.
capitalist sci-fi.
Okay, read elect supply with an army, Jupiter ascending. It's
I
not
want
subtle.
to read Kane's
Dear Diary.
Dear Diary entries.
More
Dear
rage
Diary.
poetry.
Not rage poetry even, just like, Dear Diary, today.
Jupiter did this thing.
Yeah, like I just feel like he would
That
just
thing.
catalog what Jupiter did with like really
I would love to elect the commander of the.
Yes, her.
She was amazing.
She was incredible. Also, sorry, side point, so many people of color happening in this film. What? Okay, praise be, continue. Who needs an army that doesn't have one?
Lana Wachowski.
Okay.
To make movie 3.
Yeah! There, nailed it.